Good evening, Grow. This is our Tuesday night team call. Welcome to all the lovelies that are joining me. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you all for being here tonight. I hope that we can just keep on having these. I love having this time with you guys to connect with you, to see your faces. I know some of you are like, do not look at me. I'm putting the baby to bed. I'm in the bathtub. Those are totally acceptable things. We have had bathtub issues happen before, not babies in the bathtub. We've had issues where somebody thought they were on video off while they got out of the tub, and it was like over 100 people on a Zoom. It was not happy for that person. It was a full moon that night. So we're not going to go there. I'm not in the tub. You're welcome. So many exciting things happening. Guys, hello. 21st of January. How? I said to my kids the other day, I'm like, did you know that it's almost been a month since Christmas? Can I ask you a question? How many of y'all watched the Monday Morning Minute from yesterday? Amanda? Yeah. Cool. If you haven't, please go and watch it, because I'm talking finances, and it's a great thing to tag your downline in if you have wholesalers who are not working the business, but maybe you know that maybe they've got a bit of a financial need. Yeah. Okay, I want to do some recognition really quickly, and I'm looking around. Who's G6 today? And who's Galaxy S5? I saw Leona pop on here at one point in time. Is she here? Because y'all know that I tend to call her out on every single call, and I'm not actually just calling her out. Because there was Leona and there was Amanda, but I don't know where they went. So I want to give a huge shout out to the people that are currently on the call. Sherry Grant, Carrie Lemieux, Amanda Baker, Alicia Dick, and then we've got Rose Nord, Amy Andre, Tanya Muirfield, Tammy Hanowski, not sure on that one. Nope. Jimmy Lou, Bourne, Carrie Belcher, and if Leona is here somewhere, great. These women have all committed to doing some very special focused leadership training over the next, well, they've been doing it for a week. There's 10 weeks left to go. Congratulations to you all. This means daily commitment to doing income producing activity. So they have really, really, really committed to their businesses. But here's the deal. You heard all these people's names. If your name wasn't on that list, guess what I want you to do? I want you to find the person that you think is a sucker. No, I want you to find your upline in that list of people who is doing this, and I want you to say, I want to know. I want to know the things. I know I can't get into the challenge because it's already, you had to apply and you're in, but tell me the things. Pass on the knowledge. Do all of the duplication down, okay? Talk to your downlines, ladies, about IPA. What does IPA mean? What are we doing every day, right? Does anybody want to share what you're doing every day now? Does anybody want to share how this is different?
Yeah, it's cool.
Awesome.
2 messages to 2 different new people is what I've been doing. There's a little controversy on what that is. 2 chats, 2 friends, 2 follows, 2 team chats, and 2, darn if I know what I just put there. Oh, contacts within, shoot, I don't know what the hell. Never mind. It's 2 something or other.
2 new conversations started. 2 brand new social media friends. 2 follow-ups with other people. Go ahead, Sherry, if you got them.
Yeah, 2 follow-ups, and then she said the other ones, 2
team
connections in the team.
Yeah.
And 2 social media posts.
Awesome. So just show of hands, has this stretched anybody outside of what they were doing before? Do we got?
Yep.
Can I raise a hallelujah? We also are doing weekly challenges. So I want to share this with you guys because if you have been hearing any of my ramblings for the last however long, I have been sharing that part of my getting into 2020 has been trying to be more, sorry, I should say thank you, Rose, and thank you, Sherry, for adding value to our Zoom by sharing those things with us. I've been trying to be more organized, okay? So this week's challenge, so we have those things that we do every day, and then we've got a challenge to do time blocking, okay? So last night I sat down and I time blocked my day. I don't know if y'all can see this, but that was my day, and I time blocked everything. Anybody like a fun blue type 7 Enneagram personality here? Any of them? Carrie's like, no, I don't know what you're talking about at all. Because Carrie's one of the most organized people ever. Because she like buys planners and uses them. Instead of just buys them and like hopes to use them, she actually uses them. Tanya's saying that she might be. Yeah, Jimmy Lou is saying that it's stretching her. Okay. So this normally could crush my soul. Like, can I explain to you the weight? Probably about a month ago, this would have made me go binge shopping and probably a stop at the nail salon for no reason. Because as a 7, as somebody who, yeah, okay, Tanya's my person here. She's got my back. I don't know. Some of you may have these tendencies as well, that when you get scheduled, it's like you have just clipped my wings. I do not have freedom. It has been really, really hard for me. But I've decided to change that internal dialogue. And instead of saying that that's really hard for me, I've gone, there is freedom in this allowance. This is freedom right here. Right here. This is making sure that I get all the things done that I want to do in a day, and freedom. Because you know what? At 2 o'clock, right here, I don't think you can see it, but it says personal time. I blocked in fun. Not technically, but I knew that after having a fairly structured day, I was going to need to give myself allowance and time and space to do some things that I wanted to do. So nowhere on here did it say aimlessly scroll Facebook. Nowhere on here did it say go on Pinterest and dream about all the things you could possibly make for supper but never will. I think maybe I touched a nerve there. I used my time intentionally, and it felt so nice. And when I wrote in the personal time, I'm like, that's so goofy. But you know what? I got to that. I saw it. It was 2 o'clock, and I was like, oh, it's personal time. That's exciting. And I did something silly and frivolous, and that's okay, because that time was mine. It didn't belong to anybody else. Here is something else that I want to encourage. So I'm going to encourage you guys to try to do some time blocking in your schedule. Okay? So that could include work. That could include when you wake up, what you want to be doing first thing in the morning. For those of you who hit snooze like 7 times before you drag your butt out of bed, anybody? Me? Just me? Okay, just me. I actually had started writing out on a piece of paper. Y'all that are super organized and like get up like my husband does as soon as that alarm goes are going to think I am absolutely nuts, but realize that there are people out there like me that you are going to sponsor on your teams, and you're going to have to know how to deal with me. So I am just giving you a gift here. I wrote out on a piece of paper and I put it beside my phone. You are allowed to press snooze once. You need to get out of bed after the first snooze. You are going to do this. So I would have to rustle past the paper to remember, oh, I made an intention. I've allowed myself the opportunity to snooze if I want to. There's an allowance for 1. There are some days there were 2. And then it gave me a guide so I didn't forget. oftentimes, even if I set my intentions the night before, in my grogginess, in my morning brain, I will forget what I actually want to do. This made it today so I could follow this. Did I need to follow this to a T? No, I'm my own boss. I can make changes. I can modify things. It's okay. I did write it in pen, but it's all right. Not all the things on there got done today because there's flex in the day, and that's okay. I can decide what out of there needs to be pulled out for a little bit of time tonight, what in there needs to be pulled out and put into tomorrow, all those things. So time blocking. Maybe you are not a pen and paper person and you're thinking that I'm crazy, that I'm not putting it on my phone. And okay, awesome. If you guys want to look in the comments, in the chats, there's some really great stuff popping up there. How do I manage when I have to do things? Emergencies? Then they're emergencies. You don't plan for emergencies. You can't time block for that. It just doesn't happen. Then you shuffle and you give yourself grace and you move on. It's not a big deal. If this, and that's what I was going to say, if this all doesn't happen today, I'm going to reassess before I do tomorrow. I did not do tomorrow. No, I wanted to see how well I did with this first. I'm going to see how well this goes and see if I need to block differently. Okay? All right. So there's a challenge for you. Do some time blocking. And actually, for my IPA, guys, maybe you'll, so IPA is income producing activity, anything that's going to bring money into your pocket. That does not include, again, scrolling Facebook aimlessly to look for posts. Well, I guess that's not aimlessly. Scrolling Facebook to look for posts. Liking and commenting on your team members' posts, or looking at cat videos on YouTube, not income producing. I actually put out an hour for my personal IPA, and I made myself a promise that I was not going to go into any team chats during that personal IPA time, nor was I going to watch stories on Instagram, because later in the day I said post planning and engagement, other IPA. So meaning my post planning would be story planning on what I was going to post next, all of those different things. I was focused in working the Doe, do we call it an app? The Doe program that I use to keep me accountable. I use it. I would not have started it at the very, very beginning necessarily, because I think I wouldn't have been ready for it. So however you keep yourself organized with your IPA, if you need help with that, please ask the person who showed you Plexus, and we'll talk all about that. All right, so that's time blocking. So if you are serious about really building a business and you are not in our Road to Kona group, please talk with your upline. We would love to share what it is we're doing and help you along kind of in your own little pod, because we call them pods. We would love to be able to share more with you. This is not exclusive, you guys. Like, yes, the people that are in there are going to be earning prizes and they get the different connection. There is a certain amount of specialness to being in that group. So next time you see something that's come around, please apply for it. But we want to share all of the knowledge with all of you guys, okay? We never want to be, I always get those two words mixed up. We don't want to exclude anyone. We want to include everyone. You can sit at our table. How's that? Okay, so now here's another question. I think I only see 1, 2, 3 of them. Year and change ago, I started a Facebook group or a Facebook chat called the Monday Club. Where are my Monday Clubbers? 1, 2, Jimmy Lou. 1, 2, Jimmy Lou. That works out well. Jimmy put her hand up. If Leona's in here, she's here. It was with my focused group of leaders, and we were working specifically for a purpose on some really interesting things. And I have been thinking about purpose lately. So you all came to my mind, and I thought we needed to share this with all the people. Okay. So I'm going to ask you a heavy question tonight. We talk a lot about what is your why with Plexus, right? You hear that so often. The Simon Sinek book, Start with Why, all those things. Because if you don't have a reason for doing something, you're probably not going to take it seriously and you're probably not going to go forward. Correct? Like if you wander into your kitchen and you can't remember why you're there, you're not going to be terribly effective. Right? Start with why. Who said I got memory foam shoes? Linda Fuglerud. That was the most brilliant post. I snorted at that. She posted this thing the other day. She said, I finally bought memory foam shoes. I'm so glad that now when I walk into the kitchen, I won't forget why I went there. I was like, that was great. Oh, and then you have to go over to see her post because her actual post was even funnier than that. Oh my word. You guys add so much value to my life. I can't even begin to tell you. So if you don't have a strong why, people talk about it, especially in this business, that you're not going to be successful. So we start talking about why. Why am I doing this? Am I doing this to retire my husband? Well, maybe my husband doesn't want to be retired, so that's not going to work for a why. Mine does. Maybe you want to be able to be financially free. Okay, well, what does that mean? And you have to keep on going and going and going until you get to the very end where you can't ask why anymore. How would it make you feel, essentially? Okay? We're not talking about why tonight. Because I was thinking about this today. And I want you to ask yourself, what is my purpose? Not what is my purpose in Plexus? Because I'm going to just shock the socks right off of you. And I'm going to tell you something. Plexus is not the end of the road. You see, nobody, well, I shouldn't say nobody, very few people sit and dream when they're 5 on a swing about growing up one day and being a Plexus diamond. What do they dream about? They dream about being a mom. They dream about teaching. They dream about going on vacations. They dream about other things. And I'm not saying that being a Plexus diamond isn't an amazing dream, because it's mine. My dream is to be a double diamond. But that's not my purpose. And I think that sometimes as network marketers, and that's y'all are network marketers. I just want you to embrace this for a second. You are a professional network marketer. Embrace that title because it is a proud title to wear. But you know, sometimes it can be hard to attract a business builder. Has anybody had that thought before? Everyone saw the air quotes, the business builder. And I had a thought. And I don't know, you guys might not agree with my thought, and that's okay. I'm all right with that. Maybe the picture that we're painting to people is, I'm going to do all of this work, and then I'm going to be a diamond. And that's great. But if your purpose and the end of the road for you is becoming a diamond, I'm going to tell you right now that that's a glass ceiling. That's an upper limit. Because your purpose isn't to become a diamond. What's your purpose? Why do you want to be a diamond? What do you want to do with that? What could that change for your family? What could that change for people around you? What could that afford you to do? And I'm not talking about money afford. I'm asking this team to switch your view. Just for a little bit, because y'all haven't figured out if I'm crazy. You know, we know I'm crazy. But you haven't decided whether you're buying into this or not, and that's okay. My question is, what is your purpose that Plexus can be one of the vehicles to help you achieve? It is not the only, because I think that if we are setting our sights on Plexus being the only thing, that's where we're losing people. I think that's where we're losing people. is because we fly the Plexus banner because we love it. And a lot of us who've been around here for a lot longer, we see a broad vision, right? We see Nourish One. We see the lives that that's impacting for people who are food insecure, right? We see the financial benefits for this for people who had 7 cents in their bank account after they signed up for Plexus. And that is the purpose that we have. It's not just Plexus. That purpose compounds, right? That purpose means going to people who are financially struggling and helping lift them up, and not only just give them a business, but lead them properly so that they have a strong leader to follow. Because if you just give them a business, I mean, yeah, you know, there are people who can take this business and they can run with it with no upline support at all. But if your purpose is to go and find people who have 7 cents in their bank accounts and they want to make this work, you need to step into that purpose and go, I need to be the leader that that person with the 7 cents in their bank account needs to be in order to lead them out of that place in their lives. So it doesn't end with Plexus. So are you playing on the purpose field, or are you playing in the parking lot of your to-do list? You're not in the field. You're not in the arena. You're just doing those things. So that's why we talked about IPA today. IPA is great. It is a necessity. It is a building block to our businesses. Totally. What else are you going to do with it? And when we start to realize that our purpose is bigger and that we can affect more and we can be more and we can use this as a vehicle to project ourselves forward, we start to add different value to the people around us. We start to speak more than just product. We start to speak more than just testimonies. We start to give people the realization that there's a purpose here that's way bigger than us. Way bigger. And we can say it. This is so much bigger than us. We've said it lots, right? We've said that so many times. But until you think about what your purpose could be, we still are playing small. And I don't want to play small. I don't know about you guys. I really don't want to play small. Because I'm pretty sure that my purpose is waiting for me to catch up. It's waiting for me. It's just going to take a little while for me to clue in on how to get there. So back to my Monday Club. These amazing women. And what we did for quite a while, some of us longer than others. Amy, I think, took the cake on that one. Are you still writing it out?
It's on my desk and I can read it, and I've down to like once a month.
Are you? Good for you. Okay, so what we did is we were following Rachel Hollis. And we wrote out 10 things that we wanted to achieve in the next 10 years. Can I talk to you about purpose? When these women shared what their 10 things, I don't think everybody shared all of their 10 things, because I know that there were some things that were really, really personal, but there were people on this team that want to become speakers. They want to become authors. They want to have sustainable organic farms to be able to feed hungry people good food. They like, when I heard these things, my brain exploded and I'm like, oh. And we were just talking about Pink Drink and going silver. Whoa! If we believed when we set out to post something in the morning that this post was going to get us either one step closer or keep us one step further away from attaining our purpose, would that post be different? Would that post have a different, would that post have a different feel? Would it have a different target audience? Would you speak differently in it? I mean, you can use me as a guinea pig all day long. Y'all can go and scroll through my feed and you can pick out like a sore thumb the days that I am feeling inspired and the days that I am going copy, paste, click, I know it. I'm still showing up, which is like one box checked, right? But when you are set on what your purpose is, your destination is slightly different. And how you're going to get there is slightly different, right? Okay, so I've got my 10 things sitting right here. And I started asking myself some really hard questions. Because as time progresses, oh, sorry, just want to put a pin in this really quick. I am not talking about manifestation. I'm just going to go there for just a hot second. I'm talking about neuroscience. I'm talking about how the brain actually physically changes when you start to think about something. I am not talking about the law of attraction as it looks in freaky woohoo, you know, sit around and chant. Like, if you have never thought these things, just earmuffs. There is a school of people that think that this is baloney. This is actually science. If you think about something, it's kind of like when you're teenage. It's kind of like when your teenager's having a bad day and everything goes wrong, because that never happens to us, right? Everything goes wrong. And then another thing, and another thing, and another thing. And they can't believe that many things have gone wrong. And you're like, you're looking for them. I'm not even kidding you. Just stop it right there. We need to do something to stop the crazy cycle, because I can't handle it anymore. What you think about, you bring about, because it's the way that we are wired. I can't remember the verse. If anyone wants to pop that in there, I can't remember what it is. As a man thinketh, so is his something. Yeah, that's the part apparently that is important to me. I have written, and the important thing is when you're doing these statements, it's not I will be. That was the first thing. If you're going to write these statements, and so the exercise was to write out these 10 things every day. And of course, as your time frame changes, you will achieve some of these goals. So some of these things are going to get shifted, and maybe they're going to look a little bit different, but they're going to essentially be the same thing when you spend some time. Or, you know, maybe you're like, well, that was crazy. I don't really want to own a zoo in the middle of Ohio. Not really my thing anymore. That one's out. New focus, right? But it also keeps you focused on your purpose. So, Jimmy Lou is raising your hand. Did you figure it out? Can I unmute you? I don't know if I can. Can you unmute you? Maybe she didn't mean to raise her hand. I can't unmute you.
Oh, hello?
Oh, there you are. There you are.
What? Sorry.
You raised your hand.
Oh, sorry. I don't know. No, sorry. I'm good. I'm going to take my hand down.
Just giving me a hallelujah, like you, like preach it, sister.
Yes.
That's what
I was saying preach it. Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks for the affirmation. I always appreciate it. So I'm going to read you a couple of mine. The important thing about these statements is they are I am statements, not I will be. Not I will be debt-free, which was a lot of people. I am debt-free. So this is in 10 years, what is going to happen, okay? This is setting your this is being intentional and setting your purpose, because you're basically creating a picture of where you're going to be in 10 years. And that should be in fitting with your purpose. Okay? So I will read you one of the things, part of one of the things. And this is personal. So guys, like I'm being raw, vulnerable, real, all the things. Okay? Well, I'll read you two. This one is funny to me because it is something that I can so sweep under the rug and be like, yeah. But if I actually think about it, it is very important to me. Okay? Anybody else relate? I am fit and healthy, taking good care of myself through food, fitness, emotional, and spiritual growth. That is one of the easiest things to let go on a day-to-day basis. But when we sit and we assess is one of the most important things, right? We want to be healthy in all aspects. Not just, okay, I'm going to take care of my supplements, but I'm not actually going to eat very well. It's kind of like the guy who goes to the gym but totally skips leg day every time. I use that all the time. Best visual ever, walking in the Home Depot parking lot. You watch for it this summer, you'll see them. Skip leg day. Don't skip leg day. Personal growth. Don't skip leg day. I am a widely sought after author, blogger, and speaker in partnership with my husband, inspiring men and women in relationship with God, with each other, and in life. So if that is part of my purpose, how do you think my posts are going to look? Am I going to be nagging on my husband? I guess it depends on what kind of inspiring speaker we want to be. We want to be those kind of speakers that like let you come out and beat each other with bats, maybe. Allow your purpose to hold you accountable on a daily basis by keeping it in the forefront of your mind. And when you're talking to people about Plexus, about how amazing this opportunity is, because you guys, this is what most people have been waiting for and they have no idea. But it's because it's a vehicle. It's not the end result. It's not like, hey, I've made it, I'm diamond, I'm done. See, we're not done with our purpose until we have that last breath. And there are some people that'll hit diamond or they'll hit the top of their company and they'll coast. But you want to know what? Most highly successful people, most millionaires, still work their job, aren't sitting on a beach somewhere sipping pina coladas and playing golf all day, every day. They're doing something that is deeply fulfilling and meaningful to them. They're happily married, in a good relationship. And they're making money doing something they love to do. So here's the other piece. Find joy in what you're doing, you guys. Find joy in the IPA. Find joy in the follow-up. I'm going to do a really exciting thing in February about follow-up. It's coming, just so you know, to get really excited about follow-up. Part of that means embracing the word no, right? If a waitress comes over and wants to pour you a cup of coffee and you have had your limit, you are doing the shakes. And you're saying, I cannot possibly have another cup of coffee. Well, no, thank you. And she goes, okay. And you're still sitting there chatting with your friend. And she comes by again. She's like, you change your mind on that coffee? Can I warm it up a little bit for you? And you're like, no, thanks. I'm good. And she walks away again. Has she now quit her job because you've told her no twice and you've absolutely crushed her? No, she's going to go on to the next person and offer them coffee, and maybe they're going to say yes. Okay? But how many coffee drinkers do we have here? Just out of question. How many times have you been offered coffee at a restaurant and you say no like twice, and then they come back a third time, you're like, okay. I don't drink coffee and I've seen it happen. Right? It's okay, yeah, no, you can give me more. Right? It's just like our businesses, you guys. Get really comfortable with doing things that make you uncomfortable because you are finding joy in them. Find joy in your purpose. Break your purpose down to the little pieces and allow it to hold you accountable to your smaller goals. Okay, so was that way too heavy for like a team call? Because I'm like still raring to go here on this whole purpose thing. Because I feel like we've missed the boat. I feel like we're missing it, you guys. We don't have time to miss it. Sherry, you're unmuting. Talk.
I am, because we've talked about IPA as income producing activity. And this week I saw it phrased as impact producing activity. And for me, it makes all the difference.
Absolutely. I love that. What was, oh shoot, no, you weren't there. I was like,
I
what was
love
it
it.
that Brooke said at the Emerald? No. She's a different word for MLM. It's not multi-level marketing. My life magnified. Pretty cool. Jimmy Lou, were you going to say something?
Yeah,
I love that.
thank you. I needed to hear that again, because I think sometimes, especially, I feel like I'm being very stretched with the road to Kona, trying to fit in all these things, working, just trying to do it all. And I was kind of looking at this paper as, oh my goodness, how on earth am I going to get this done? And just coming at it with just negativity. And today I came home, and I haven't done this for a while, and it's one of these things that I've been desiring to do. And just like you said, you know, that is an I am statement, is taking care of myself. And I put my running shoes on right away, and I said, I'm working out. Nothing is going to get in the way of that. I need to do that as soon as I get home. And so I was very pleased with myself, because I'm blocking that off. I'm blocking that off on Tuesdays. As soon as I come home, put on my running shoes, don't look at my phone, just get downstairs, put on my 90s mix, and get to it. And so I want it to be more than just slinging some sling to people. I want this to be a life change for people. I want them that this is part of their journey. That Plexus is just part of their journey to whatever they are desiring to see happen in their life, whatever it is, right? And Plexus is there. Yeah,
absolutely. And we know that it can be such a huge, huge blessing within just Plexus, right? Like the people you meet, and the people that we meet, and the blessing that they are, and the value that they add to our lives, right? I can't imagine, and this is what I want mostly, honestly, for you gals who are in the Kona group. I want you to find a buddy. If you do nothing but find a buddy, just find a friend, or see somebody in the challenge that isn't in your pod that you're like, I like you. We could, be humans together. That would be really cool. This journey is so sweet with friends, and we want to spread out, and we want to make those friends. Look in Biz, look in Amber Miller's team, look in, I don't know, but go make some Plexus friends, because guys, sometimes we're the only ones that get it. On some of those days, I talk to my husband a lot, and I love him a whole bunch, but sometimes he just doesn't get it, right? It's because you need somebody who's in those trenches with you. Absolutely. So, I want to say something else really quickly about what Jimmy Lou said about the Road to Kona group. This is enrichment for your business. Do not lose focus for what the end goal is. It is just enrichment. And permission granted, it may not be the right enrichment for you. If you are feeling a different calling to do other enrichment that will push your business forward, then let's do that. And I'm not giving you a back door to like totally squeak out on the business completely, because you guys have thought about it, you applied, there's all the things. I have like the tear-stained emails, which are really hard to get through. But please, this is supposed to be enriching your journey and not just complicating things or giving you little extra to-do things, because I would rather than the to-do assignments that don't seem to be helpful to you. Talk to a trusted leader, because like I said, the time blocking thing today was really, really helpful for me. If you talk to your leader and they're like, yeah, you know what, you're doing really good the way that you're doing, go spend more time. If you only have this much time in a day, go spend that time doing the things that you were doing before. And that's like, go run. You got your purpose in your sights. You know what you're doing. You're writing out your 10 things. Like, you are focused. There's like lasers coming out your eyes. You're so focused. Okay? This business is a huge blessing on so many different levels. Allow it to be. Find the joy in it. Yes. Okay. Anybody have any questions about all of the bleh that I just did? Because, you know, up until like 1 o'clock this afternoon, I was like, I don't know what we're talking about on the team call. And then I sat down here with like literally 3 questions on my paper. That's what we're going to talk about. All right. God delivers in many ways. Okay, so if you want to do this, I'm sure that Rachel Hollis has an outline somehow, but it's like 10 things in 10 years, 10, I don't know what it's called. Amy, Sherry, do you remember? Carrie, do you remember? Because I bet you did it. Even before I knew you, I bet you did it.
Yeah, I still do it actually. Yeah, I try to do it. Yeah, for sure. I've been doing it probably for about a year or so. 5 things that I'm grateful for every morning. I do it, and then 10 things, my goals. On Rachel Hollis's Rise podcast, I think it's podcast number 72, where she explains it all in detail. You don't have to buy one of her planners. You can do it in a blank notebook, but she walks you through the vision. So and the exercise. So it doesn't cost you anything. Just go to the Rise podcast. And again, I believe it's 72.
I have so much love for this woman. I profess my love for you. Gosh, her sponsor is just so lucky. Anyway, this is why you sponsor up, people. Sponsor people with different strengths than you. It makes your team so much more balanced. I am so thankful for you, Carrie. Thank you. Yeah, number 72. And like, I want to revamp this. I mean, I don't know, Carrie, if you've ever, I'd love to find out if you've revamped it at all or if it stays exactly the same.
I've tweaked it a little bit, and some of the wording, over the years. And like you said, if something doesn't fit, you add to it or you expand on it. And I think it should be something that flows because we're all growing. None of us should be staying the same. We're growing in different ways. And sometimes something doesn't fit anymore. Or you've accomplished something.
Yeah.
Which is a great thing. And one of the things for me was, I wanted to attend a Plexus event. Well, check that off the list. Awesome.
I was going to ask you if you had achieved any of them, because I just had this feeling that you had.
Yes, absolutely, for sure. I did that. And so now I needed to tweak that for, okay, what's next? And so that's what I've done as well. And, our health goals, right? There's different ways, you don't have to be a certain weight, but you can be fit and healthy and all of those things as well. So just expanding on some of those as we grow and learn about ourselves and what our wants are.
Well, and I think what you just said is so true. I think it's clarity. I think as we gain clarity in different areas of our lives, our purpose becomes even more clear, right? So that's awesome. Do we have any more questions? I'd love to answer while we're here and recording. Any triumphs this last week?
I wanted to do shout out to Leona's team. I don't know where Leona is, but they did a online info chat last night, and we had so many people get into that. We thought we were going to do it in Messenger. We figured out you can only do up to 8 people in a Messenger chat video, that we had to do Zoom at the same time. So it was awesome. Leona and I have both said that if anything that we can take from it is that they've just seen that you don't have to be perfect to do this. So
That's the best.
but yeah, it was really great. I think a lot of ladies, well, they can say if they want, but I think that people went away really feeling like they got to hear from other people about their journey, and it was helpful for them. So yeah, so it was awesome.
Awesome. That's so great.
I would love.
Sorry?
like to do a shout out to Tanya. Her and I are doing a Side Sisters group.
Mhm.
And we are trying our best, what we're learning between our two pods. So it's a mesh of the pink chicks or the pink panthers, and I'm not sure what her pod is.
Awesome.
But
that's fantastic. That's so good. Anybody else have some wins from the last week that they want to share?
Pink Panthers rock. Woo, woo.
Not everybody knows what that means, but yes. I keep on, because everyone's in pods, like little groups. I keep thinking about pod people, and it's like bringing up like old black and white alien movie things in my brain. I'm thinking we all need little hats when we go on the Zoom. It's just, it's kind of freaking me out a little. I have to say, I have reached out to quite a few people this week who are happy wholesalers, and have gotten quite a few people, quite a few meaning like 4, like not like 20, but 4 people who now are either wanting to recommit to the business, who have fallen off, or who want to start their businesses and they never have shared before. So don't assume that because somebody said no to you, again, just because they're wholesalers, doesn't mean that they like get set in the wholesaler's box and they never come out of the wholesaler box. Sometimes it takes a little while. I needed to take a little while. It took me over a year to say yes. And it just, again, layered exposures for everything. So do not discount anyone. Offer everything. Offer the coffee all the time. That was a really exciting win for me, and I think for our team too, because it's exciting to see people who have watched all of your stories and have been inspired by all of you. So as you guys are friending each other on Facebook, you are, again, third-party validation for each other. And so I thank you all for being so open with that. Anybody else? Sherry, do you want to say anything else?
So can you just share, Janelle, how you approached them, or what that looked like when you started that conversation?
Some of them have been people that have been on my mind. And it's honestly, sometimes it's one of those things where we're like, hey girl, how are you doing? And they go, what? You go, hi, I'm so excited that you messaged me because I've been thinking about Plexus so much and I have fallen off the wagon with my products, but I really need the money and I need to da, 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 da. And it all comes out. Another one was one of my happy wholesalers looked at one of my Instagram polls about the income disclosure, and they clicked on I need to learn more. And I was like, hey girl, I saw your vote on my story. And then she gave me an emoji, and I'm like, oh, so she was probably tapping through, but I have to ask. So I said, so were you just tapping through, or did you want more information? She's like, I want to know how I can make that much money. I'm like, don't prejudge. Because I totally was like, oh, you were just giving me an emoji to get me off your back. You know, I'm trying to think of what how the other situations came about, but it's more just layered contacts, staying open, focusing it being on them and not on us and what our presumptions would be, saying, hey, I just needed to let you know about this Plexus Perks program, and it's really exciting, but I also need you to know that we've got this awesome AirPods promotion going on right now. And did you know that this month, if you have 3 people use your referral link, that was another one of them. It was the post that I'd had in Grow. Did you know that if you have 3 people use your referral link and sign up just like you did with a combo pack, you will actually earn this much money? I don't know if that's I don't know if that's of interest to you, but I needed to make sure you knew. Stranger things, right? So something else really interesting, just on a verbiage side of things, if you're asking, when you're talking to somebody about signing up ambassadors, you say, hey, you know what, did you know that if you help one person use your referral link, to get involved with Plexus the way that you have, it's actually approximately 15% off of a combo pack for you every month when they order. It ends up being like 13.8, but that's if my whatchamacallit is totally straight on and we don't know what the pay points are. So let's round it up to 15, about 15% off a combo pack. People respond differently to that than $15 a month. Well, 15% off is a sale, and it's different, right? So then when they start adding it up, they're like, oh, 2 would be 30 and 3 would be 45, right? So it's all just positioning it differently. Okay. Yeah. I would say receive about 15% off because it's not exactly. And then we have to talk about how it happens, right? But yeah, if I think of anything else, honestly, it really was nothing brilliant. I wish I could be like, here is the secret sauce. This is what I said. And they went poof, and they turned into silver ambassadors. It's not that way, but it's just, it's layered exposures. It's offering the coffee, and it's breaking down the incentives in a way that they can understand easily. And then offering things to them that will support them. Like, yeah, I want to know how to make this much money. Okay, well, how much money was it? Well, somewhere between gold or senior gold. Well, maybe ruby. And you're going, okay. And this person wants to make enough money for extra slush money for retirement. I'm like, all right, let's do that. With an expansive network. It's great, right? So please, you all have so much value to give, to offer. There's so many people that are sitting even within our teams that need it and don't realize it. Okay, purpose. We covered a ton of stuff, but I want you to come away with purpose, you guys. Like, ask yourself, what is your purpose? And don't spend too much time mulling, like going around and around and around going, I can't do my IPA until I find out what my purpose is. Why am I here? That's not the deal. It's supposed to be to show you that this is bigger than just your next goal, your next rank advancement. How is what you're doing today feeding into your purpose? Because I am convinced that this is all, it all goes like this. So if you are feeding your purpose, this is the vehicle. I know who I'm looking at right now. I know you were brought here for a plan and a purpose, and the purpose is bigger than this particular plan. All right, that's all I got. Thanks, guys, for joining us tonight live. I really appreciate it. And for time blocking it off in your calendar, could you do that for me? Draw a little box around 8:30 on a Tuesday night. Really appreciate that. I tell you all that I had a panic moment tonight at 6 o'clock. I was like, oh, my team call. Oh, for like 15 minutes, I forgot. Oh dear, I wouldn't have forgotten. It was all here. It just, I had a panic moment. My schedule went off. So thank you for letting me do this. I promise you that it's just as therapeutic to my ears when it's coming back out. It's what Kristen Abart always says is if you want to learn something really well, teach it. So here we go. Looking forward to moving forward with you all with a renewed and focused purpose. All right, have a good night, guys. See you.